Hey guys, welcome back to the Debate Hut. Today we're going to react to the Marvel projects that came out in 2024. There'll be spoilers, so if you haven't seen something, then check out the description box below for the timestamps and you can skip to certain projects. We've done reviews for the movies already, so please do check those out, and I'll leave links to those in the description box too. So the full list of projects we'll be reacting to are Echo, Madam Web, X-Men 97, Deadpool and Wolverine, Venom: The Last Dance, Agatha All Along, Kraven the Hunter, and What If Season 3. And let's get going, but before we do, please make sure to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to stay up to date with our content. Leave a comment down below, please, with your thoughts on the different projects and what has been your favorite from Marvel in 2024. So, we'll start with Echo, which feels like it was ages ago, which is crazy. Really excited to watch this one because of one reason, Daredevil. And I have a feeling that a lot of you are probably in the same boat as me, because it was quite disappointing when it was a really short scene of Daredevil. I mean, I get it because it's a show about Echo, but I don't know, I really thought he'd be in the show for a lot more, but it was great to learn more about Echo, her background, her past, and her culture. I really enjoyed learning about it. It's really different, you know. But yeah, personally for me, I would have liked to have seen a bit more violence. I was expecting a lot more. I feel like the trailers did make it seem like it was going to be really violent, and I was like, wow, this looks like the Marvel Netflix Daredevil show. But it was quite lacking. And I think they could have developed her backstory a bit more as well. But to me, the big thing was that it just felt like a filler show. Like it was just there just to bring out Kingpin and to have him ready for the Daredevil show. And so I don't really see the point of it, if that makes sense. Like I just feel like it was there, it served its purpose, and now we can just disregard it. Like it's of no importance. And I mean the main thing was just showing Kingpin and his relationship and getting him geared up and ready. It was good, but again, it was okay. I won't be watching it again.
I mean, it was kind of good, and it's good that they focus on a different Marvel character so far. So, I didn't know much about Echo in the comics, or like what was she really about. But I enjoyed that she started out as like a minor villain in the Hawkeye TV series, and then she became more of a hero in her own story. But I felt like there was something missing in her story, like because I know in the season she wanted to become like the new Kingpin or trying to take over Kingpin's business, I think, and I didn't really kind of get why. I thought she wanted to become a bit more of a better person than she was in the past. Um, and I know that in the past, and Marvel Studios have been changing some of the characters' origins and powers, like Miss Marvel. So I don't kind of get why they decided to give Echo new powers because I don't think she did in the comics, if I remember researching. I know she has a photographic reflexes. I just I think just kind of don't understand the changes that they made. I get it, like the connections between her powers that are linked to her past ancestors, and like Emily, I don't think I'm gonna watch it again. It was just kind of a waste. I do hope we get to see her more maybe in the future. If not, this is probably just be a waste. Like Emily said, they're just doing this to show Kingpin is up for mayor, and then they're setting up for Daredevil Born Again. But she does look like an important character, and I hope they do keep her for future projects.
Next up is Madam Web. Please check out our really detailed review for Madam Web. It is definitely one to watch. I don't want to spend too much time on this one because there's not really much positive to say, and I feel like I've already said a lot in that review. But to sum up my experience of watching Madam Web, it's terrible. And stay
Mm.
away as far as possible away from it. The characters lacked development, the story was not interesting, the pacing was slow, there's lots of plot holes, no plot twists, the dialogue was really bad, and especially in certain moments, it was just laughable. Action scenes were few and not very captivating. I could keep going, but I hope you're getting the idea. It was just not good.
Along with Morbius, this is probably one of the worst Sony Marvel films ever. The characters were waste, they didn't show enough powers or anything. The villain was a waste as well. Like this complete movie was a total waste. Don't waste your time on this waste. Really.
I love
Yeah.
that. All right, next up is X-Men 97. I was really excited to hear that they were doing this after the original X-Men animated series finished in the 90s. It was definitely one that I was like, oh my God, this is much needed. Like how are they gonna pick it up? How are they gonna do it? It's been so long. And my God, this show delivered. It was amazing. We've done a review on the original series and X-Men 97 as well. So please do check those out. And we have also done a live reaction to the last episode of the original show. But we've also done them for all of the episodes of X-Men 97. So check those out. The show is a masterpiece. Great stories, great development of characters, especially Rogue, which I absolutely love. She is one of my favorite characters. Hair and Gambit, I know this season was a bit rocky for them. Good soundtrack. And honestly, just a lot of nostalgia was brought up because seeing these characters and hearing, some of these familiar voices as well that you haven't heard from ages, like it was perfect. I mean, what more could you want? It was really good. Oh, absolutely loved it.
Yeah,
Chris?
I agree. This is probably one of the best projects that's ever been released last year. And it was just great seeing all our favorite characters again. The storylines were intriguing, and I love how they upgraded the powers, especially Storm. Like, I love her new outfit. I admire how the creators use some of the storylines from the comics, such that they've used something new in this season, like when Magneto ripped off all the adamantium from Logan's body. That was the most jaw-dropping moment I have ever seen. And Gambit's death as well. That was also jaw-dropping. But oh my God, there were just so many things that got us shocked, happy, and sad all at once. It was an emotional roller coaster. I absolutely love this season, and I really can't wait for season two. The one thing I'm just a little bit off-putting, and I think Emily, you're gonna agree with me with this, was that Rogue's new kind of relationship with Magneto. I don't think we kind of expect. I don't think we ever expected that, and I don't think we kind of wanted that. It was still a brilliant season though, and season two is probably going to be as brilliant as that.
Oh, talking about season two and maybe even past season two, the future, what would you like to see, Grace, in X-Men 97?
Well, I know we're going to see Apocalypse, so that's going to be really fun to watch. I like to see more of old familiar faces. And we got Sinister Six. I mean, sorry, no, we got Mr. Sinister, and I hope we get to see other ones like Mystique. I think she would be an interesting. I think it's going to be interesting to see her come back. Maybe Sabretooth, like. I don't know what to expect because I know they're gonna surprise us like they did in season one. So I'm just waiting to be surprised by their amazingness and their brilliant animation. Yeah, what were you, Emily? What are you expecting for season two?
No, you're right. I'm really excited to see Apocalypse. Like seeing him in the original series is so good. And I can't wait to see the whole twist with Gambit as well, becoming one of his horsemen. What I want to see is more of the Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. Like we've seen them in the
Mm.
original series, and they kind of hinted at both of them at the end of the last episode of X-Men 97, season one. So I'd really like to see them more, and also, more other mutants as well. But yeah, definitely
Mm.
Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver. I'd love to see that, especially because Magneto is their father as well. So there's that whole sort of complex relationship thing there, which would be really cool to discover.
What you just made me remember that we also had like a lot of like good cameos in season one, like Spider-Man, Avengers, and all those cameos. And I'm hoping we get to see more of them. And maybe this could lead to other TV shows, if you know what I mean.
Yes, I do, because I really want to see them bring back Spider-Man. Oh, what is it? What are,
Oh,
what are people calling it? Spider-Man 98. We need that. We need
that
that.
would be a good title. That would be a brilliant title. We
Oh,
need that. Oh
yeah.
God. But yeah. Oh God. It just opens so many doors for so many opportunities. But yeah. Please.
Yep. Please, Marvel. Anyway, moving on. Deadpool and Wolverine. So we've done reviews and a live movie reaction as well. So please do check those out. And again, just keeping it brief, the movie is great. I think it definitely could have been better. But it was just great getting to see Deadpool on another adventure, this time with Wolverine. Soundtrack was great. It was really funny. There was great cameos, or I don't know if you can call them cameos. There's more appearances from past Fox characters and stuff. But yeah, it was honestly, it's just such a light-hearted, fun watch. I mean, to be honest, when it's Deadpool, it's just gonna be that. But yeah, saying that, like the story, I think still could have been developed more, and I still would have liked to seen a few other things as well. But for what it was, I think it was a really good movie.
Yeah, I definitely agree. This was like another great and fun film to watch with Deadpool and the Wolverine. Oh my God, I was so hyped for this because I'm a huge fan of Logan. The story was great to follow. The humor was amazing. I couldn't stop listening to Bye 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 and Madonna Prayer. It's just so good. I love like the new appearances of the other Marvel characters like Elektra, Gambit, and Blade. Laura, the villain was good. I do agree with Emily that the story was a bit, there was something lacking, or like it could have been developed more. But other than that, it was great to watch, definitely.
And following on from that is Venom: The Last Dance. So we were able to attend the UK premiere for Venom 3, which was such a great experience. And we did a review after that as well. So please do check that out. I enjoyed Venom 3. I don't think you can go wrong with a Venom movie, you know? It's fun, it's light-hearted, it's just such a good watch. Sadly, it doesn't offer much for the future now with Sony putting a stop to their Spider-Man universe movies. But this movie is decent. It's worth a watch. If not only, just to see the relationship between Venom and Eddie, seeing them on another adventure, seeing them interact, like it honestly just makes me laugh so much. Like Tom Hardy does such a good job playing both
Mm.
characters. And who knows what the future will hold? Maybe we'll see finally, Tom Hardy, Tom Holland, one movie together, Spider-Man, Venom. Who knows? Who knows? We can
Oh,
hope, right?
yeah. I really like it. And it was such a decent film to watch. It was funny. I love the relationship between Eddie and Venom, how it developed. I guess it may not be the best Marvel villain considering the story could have been a bit more developed. No, the villain, it seems a very interesting like villain to watch. I wish we could have seen more of him, but yeah, sadly that's when Sony's now that Sony's ending, we're probably not gonna see him. But it was really sad to watch Venom die in the film because I was expecting, I don't know, maybe he might surprisingly come back like it did in the first film, but hopefully we might see in the MCU and hopefully we might see more characters from that universe. Oh, just it was just such a touching film. Like to know it's the last, literally the last dance of Venom. But yeah,
Well, we think so, but he's the cockroach, isn't he now? A little
true. Yeah, I
cockroach
forgot
at the
about
end.
that.
Next up is Agatha All Along. So I know a lot of people really like the show, but personally, I'm feeling quite mixed about it. For some reason, it was only like closer towards the end that I really got hooked in and interested. I'm not really sure why. Maybe it was like the pacing, because it did feel a bit slow to me. And I get why it had to be slow because they have to build up certain things for it to all make sense, for that and to actually make sense to viewers. And I really liked Agatha in WandaVision. Like she's such a cool character. But in this show, I just could not like her. And I know they want us to not like her because she's supposed to be bad and she's supposed to be not, really nice to Billy and all that, though she is in her own special way. But I just found her really annoying and just not very
Yeah.
likable and just not very interesting to watch until it got like further into the show. But I don't know, there was just a point where I just wanted to stop watching because she was just getting really annoying and really immature in a sense. And sorry, I know loads of people loved her in the show, but I don't know, I just couldn't. Saying that though, it was really great getting to see Billy, or should I say Wiccan, and seeing his relationship with Agatha. And it was also really interesting getting to see Agatha's background and meeting other witches too. So it's an okay show. I definitely don't agree with everyone praising it. I don't really understand why. Like, it's good, but it's not that good. But yeah, let us know what you think. Which side of the fence are you on? Are you in the middle like me? Are you leaning towards the good side or the bad side? Yeah, Grace, which side of the fence are you on?
Oh, I'm definitely on your side. I definitely not like this as much as I should. And what I do like about it too is that I like the horror elements in it because I like a bit of horror. So when I saw the trailers, I was like, oh, it's gonna be kind of spooky, but it wasn't as spooky as I hoped. And to be honest, while I really dislike Agatha, I there were times where I wanted to slap Billy a few times because I'm like, this guy, he follows Agatha around like a lost puppy and he like listens to her and he knows that she's a bad witch. So I'm like, why do you still trust her after knowing these things? I'm like, come on, mate, use your brains. It's what if he's got any brains? But it's just a bit annoying. It was a bit sad to see that some of the characters got killed off like during mid-season because I was getting to like them. But I did like the plot twist of the Green Witch who is deaf, and I like her like relationship with Agatha and how they kind of know each other. Although in the story, there was a few plot holes that I didn't kind of get, like how Agatha became a witch, or like because they didn't really cover that, or like why did Daphne need to take her son, or like there were just so many things that I didn't kind of understand, and I wish they could have explained more. The ending was a bit of a bummer in a way because I was kind of shocked that Agatha is now a ghost, but I don't know. I was expecting like a bigger finale for me, or like maybe it was more connected to maybe Wanda's death, or maybe we can see because there wasn't any end credits in this season, was there? So they didn't really like gave any cliffhangers about Wanda or Tommy, but yeah, it was a kind of a letdown this season. One thing what I did like, and I'm hoping this would become something big in the future, was that in one episode they mentioned Mephisto, and I'm praying and I'm praying to the devil that that devil would appear soon because he's meant to be big in most stories. I think in the comics he has encountered to nearly every main character, like Black Panther, Spider-Man, and I'm just hoping that he will become like the new big villain like Thanos. So I'm hoping they will lead up to that. But other than that, the season wasn't that great, in my opinion.
Next up is Kraven the Hunter. Please do check out our review on Kraven. So my speedy review here on Kraven is that it's not as bad as Madam Web, but it's definitely nothing I will scream about. The characters were okay. Some were really pointless additions, and some were just really laughable. I'm sorry, Rhino. You in the backpack. That's, I don't know. That was just really weird. Story really lacked anything, and the pacing was really bad. I mean, the whole thing, like, first half of it was an origin story that just really did not. The story just was rubbish. The best thing, though, about this were the action sequences. They were really good, and the fact that it was rated R as well just gave that chance for those action sequences to be so good, which is what Venom should have been. I mean, I get it why they didn't do Venom like that because a lot of kids love Venom, but it's a shame because seeing Venom rated R would have just been so cool.
It was pointless in some way. It was a little bit better than Madam Web, but there were characters that just felt like a waste because they got kind of killed off so quickly and it didn't really lead up to anything, and the dialogue was kind of not that good, and they didn't reveal much potential for some of the main characters. Definitely not really worth watching. It's Sony's last Marvel film, but to be honest, I wouldn't give it much thought of rewatching it or watching it in the first place. So yeah,
And the last Marvel project we got in 2024 was What If Season 3, which is the final season of What If as well. So, apart from the first episode about Hulk, I found the rest of the episodes boring or just not as interesting. I'll say though, it was really great getting to see some returning characters, but also some new faces as well. Like we got Moonlight,
mm,
but Shang-Chi,
yeah.
like we got some really cool additions. But honestly, like this season just felt quite boring, and it just wasn't as good as season one and season two. And I just felt like the storylines, it just weren't that interesting. Like, what if Howard the Duck and Darcy had a kid? I don't know. That one was just really random and weird. Like saying that though, it wasn't like 100% like absolutely terrible or anything. and the other episodes as well, but it just wasn't anything special. I don't know. It felt like a big letdown, What If season three, because I felt like they went really out of the door with this, and I felt like it just didn't have sort of anything that I would want to watch in a What If story. Like I feel like if you want to do a What If story, like make it something that people want to watch. Who wants to watch if Howard in the Dark and Darcy had a kid? And even that one with Agatha and Kingo, like
Yeah.
I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know. Grace, was What If season three as bad as I'm saying it is?
Yes, it was. I don't know how else I could say that. But while the animation was brilliant as always, and the first two seasons were incredible, this was sadly did not live up to the right standards as we expected. Most of the stories were okay, but well, not most, few of them, and the rest were just pointless, really. Like again, how are the Duck and Darcy? Like whose idea was that? Like the meaning of what if? It's basically about like what if this character did that? All the stories from the previous seasons were all based around like certain moments from MCU films, like Hela and the Ten Rings, or like Captain Carter in World War II, or Black Panther as Star-Lord. These were interesting stories about like they're all the key moments, and they had certain charm to it because we know these characters, and we were intrigued to see how far it would take them in this story. But in this one, it just felt like they were just merging two different characters and just playing them around. But it just didn't live up to that standard. Even like in season one, there was a bit of like horror or a bit of like shock, like if you think of like zombies. And also, not just they weren't just based from the MCU films. Some of them were based from like the comics as well. And I was just thinking like, whoa, that like it's just so interesting to see them live on screen in beautiful animation. So I didn't understand why in season three they could have done that. Even at the very end, we see like variants of like other Marvel characters, and I was thinking, why the hell did they not focus on them instead of the ones they gave us? It's just ridiculous. I love the season for the first two, but this season is just a bad way to end the Marvel projects of 2024. I'm sorry, but yeah, it's kind of a shame.
Yeah, agreed. What would you have liked to have seen and What If? Like, what would your ideas be if you
Like
were in charge?
Like one thing I always loved to see was that what if Jane Foster lifted the hammer before Thor did? Because I think she became Mighty Thor before Thor, and maybe that could spark some like new stories there. Like maybe Loki and Thor become the villains, or like maybe she might become I don't know, but and there was like other bits like what if Spider-Man became the new Sorcerer Supreme, or what if Iron Man met Rennie Williams first before Peter Parker? Like there was just so many ideas they could do from the comics, and it's just a waste. But yeah, I think I can't think from the top of my head now, but there are just so many creative ideas they could have done instead of what they gave us. What about you, Emily?
I don't know. I feel like this is one I really thought they would do. What if Thanos snapped the other half? I really thought they
Yes.
would do that, but they
Oh
missed
my
the
God.
opportunity there to do something so amazing and so cool.
Oh my God, yeah, that would be really amazing. Also, I was thinking they could have done like a part two to like what if Avengers Assemble in 1806? Because I love that story, and I think it was a great idea to do in a different time period. And they could have taken off with that. They could have done like more characters coming in, maybe some X-Men characters. Like they done Storm. They could have done like anything else, or Fantastic Four, or Deadpool, or who knows? They could have done that. Like, what if Deadpool was the Sorcerer Supreme? That would have been really great. But yeah, yeah, but yeah, they could have done more. I think I'm gonna probably read some like fan fictions because I think they probably have better story ideas than what we had in season three. But yeah.
You actually gave me an idea there. What if the X-Men, instead of the Avengers, were up against Thanos? Like that would be really cool. I would have loved to have seen that.
Oh, that would have been
And it
amazing.
could
That
have
would have
been the
been
X-Men
so.
97 ones as well, like those characters.
Oh. Oh, I want to see that now.
It would have been so
Oh,
cool. A few others. What if Deadpool defeated Thanos?
that would have been really good. Oh,
And what if Captain America died instead of Iron Man? I really wanted to see that. We've done a debate on it, guys. I don't want to go into
yeah,
much
you could
detail
check that
about it,
out.
but you should check that out. And then what if the Infinity Stones weren't returned after Endgame?
Hmm.
There are just so many. Go
So
on.
I just thought one. In No Way Home, what if the spell from Doctor Strange didn't work and all the Spider-Man villains started coming into the MCU?
Yes,
Would
yes,
be bloody amazing.
that would. Yeah, I personally would have just loved to have seen some involving Daredevil, of course, but also Deadpool
Mm.
as well, because Deadpool
Yeah.
just would add another element. But yeah, sadly, they ended it.
Mm.
But yeah, that is our reaction to all of the Marvel projects that came out in 2024. So some very quick questions. I can probably guess what you're gonna say, Grace, but let's hear it anyway. What was the best from Marvel in 2024?
Madam Web.
I thought
No,
so.
I'm
I knew
kidding.
you would say that.
No. No, definitely Deadpool 3, obviously. Like that's probably oh wait, oh actually. Deadpool or X-Men 97. Oh God, this is tricky. Because they're both good in their own way. You got the X-Men, you got all the characters, but then you got Deadpool and the Wolverine. I'm gonna stick with Deadpool 3.
Ooh, interesting, interesting. Okay.
If I say why, please don't laugh. It's because of Hugh Jackman.
Oh, I knew it. I knew it.
Oh God. Okay, what were you, Emily? What would you say is your favorite
Mine was
Marvel
definitely X-Men 97. I absolutely loved the original series and they did such a great job with this revival. So well done, Marvel. You did so well with this show and I can't wait to see the other seasons. So next up, what was the worst from Marvel in 2024?
Definitely Madam Web. No doubt about that. You, Emily?
Adam Webb as well. I'm sorry,
Mm.
Sony, but it just was not good at all. And next one, what are you most looking forward to watching this year in 2025 from Marvel?
I'm gonna say Daredevil
Yes.
because
Yes.
I think just Daredevil, I feel like it's gonna probably gonna be I think it's gonna give out more, like because we already know Daredevil from the Netflix series, and I think I just can't wait for that feeling, that charm, that devilish charm in the show. It's gonna be great.
Oh, I love that.
Thank you. And what were you, Emily? I think I already know what yours gonna be, but yeah.
So I'm gonna have to say Daredevil Born Again. I absolutely love Daredevil, and I'm so happy they're doing a revival. I guess I think I can say a
Mm,
revival. Yeah, it's gonna have to be Daredevil Born Again. Thank you,
mm.
MCU. Please don't ruin it for me.
So, guys, that's the end of our reaction to all the Marvel projects of 2024. We hope you enjoyed it, and we hope you enjoyed some of the films we mentioned, or you didn't enjoy any of them, which makes sense because we kind of agree with you with some of the Sony ones. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Before you leave, though, please make sure you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Leave a comment down below on your thought on which one was your favorite, which one was your least favorite, and which one are you more looking forward to this year? We also done a few Marvel debates like I am Team Iron Man or Team Captain America, best Spider-Man. So many guys, games, pranks, check them out on our channel. You can also check out our website, tells you information about the team and some of the videos we've done in the past. You can follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And yeah, that's the end of today, and we will see you next time. Bye.
Bye.